The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
Hello, this is Patty Hunter with Patty's Page. Today I have a special guest on my show. Her name is Kelsey Vander Vliet, and she will be on the phone here. I'll be phoning her in about a moment. We'll be talking about adoption and what she's working for, Adoption Support Center, and other things. So we'll be with you in a moment. Catch you later.
Hello?
Hello, Kelsey.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. This is Patty Hunter, Patty's Page.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I just introduced you in the beginning of our show that you are with Adoption Support Center.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. And where were you born and raised?
I was born in the Chicago area, actually, and then I was raised in Elkhart, Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. That's cool.
Yeah.
So is that where you're living now, or?
I live in Indianapolis, yeah.
Indianapolis. Oh, that's a big town. How long have you been there?
Since May of 2017.
Oh, that's not very long.
Nope, not even a year.
Oh, wow. So was your family Christian based as when you were growing up?
Yes. My grandparents are retired Salvation Army officers, and then my great-grandparents were also lifelong Salvation Army officers. And my parents, we grew up in like a Methodist church, so yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Where did you go to school when you were growing up?
I went to Concord High School in Elkhart, and then I went to South Dakota State for college.
Oh, so what did you study there? What did you major in?
Music.
Music? Oh, lovely. Do you sing?
No, I play the clarinet.
Oh, that's great. So, when did you graduate?
2015.
Now, something happened between 2015 and 2016.
Yeah, when I got home after college, within like 3 months, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh.
And the relationship I was in wasn't very serious, and it was the summer relationship, and so I was pretty terrified.
I understand. What happened? How did your boyfriend then react to all of this?
He made it pretty clear that he wanted me to get an abortion, and he told me that he had just started seeing someone else, and so I thought, I don't know how else to fix this. I wasn't really sure what to do, and I was scared, and so I agreed.
So, did he arrange for this abortion?
We both did.
So, when you went to the abortion clinic, what happened at that time? Did you abort, or did you try to abort, or what?
I went through with the entire appointment. I was the first appointment of the day, and I went into, like, when they called my name, I sat on the table and put the gown on, and they gave me about 5 minutes alone to change, and I kind of just cried out to God. I was so sorry that I was there. I didn't want to get an abortion, but I never spoke up, and I kind of felt like it was too late. So they put me under for the abortion, and they woke me up later and said it didn't work. They said my cervix was hard, and they couldn't get through, so they didn't even begin the procedure. And so, but they told me I could come back the next day, and so I went home, and I talked with my one of my friend's mothers, and she was Catholic, and told me that, you know, you don't have to go back and do this. You can do something else. You can look at other options. And so we started looking at adoption, and that's when I decided I wanted to go through with an adoption, and I never went back to the clinic.
I'm glad you didn't go back to the clinic.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel when you were, you know, during the months of you being pregnant?
It was pretty terrible. I had a really hard pregnancy. I was very sick, and I lost my job because I was, you know, too sick, I guess. I'm not really sure. They fired me mostly because I was pregnant, but they didn't say that. I took up substitute teaching, and I taught kids that were 5 years younger than me. They knew I was pregnant, and it was an awkward situation. I didn't get very good comments from people. Some people even asked me if I wasn't, if I was sure I didn't want to go back to the abortion clinic.
Oh, I wasn't.
Because it was going to be too hard, and it was very hard, but it wasn't impossible. I picked a family and from a stack of profiles, and I got to know them, and adoption then became a very real choice to me.
And when you finally came to the realization that you were going to replace your boy or girl?
Boy.
Boy. Oh. Did you name him?
I did not name him. They named him, but they told me what names they were thinking of, and I picked out my favorite, and then that's the one that they ended up going with. And his name is Graham.
Graham? How old is he now?
He will be 2 in May.
2? Oh, wow. You are blessed to even have a wonderful son like that. I bet he's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah, he's adorable. He looks like me, which is really neat to see, because you don't really, when you're you've never had children before, and you always are wondering who this child is going to look like, and then when they are in the process of growing up, and you get to see these pictures of them, and you get to visit him, and it's really cool to see someone that looks like me. So.
You do go to see him?
Yes, I do.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's not very often the adoptive family lets the birth mother see.
Actually, it's pretty common.
Is it common? I'm sorry.
Yeah, open adoptions are pretty common now, and they are having visits and pictures and letters, and it just depends. It's very customizable for any situation. Some, open adoptions, not everyone is the same.
Yeah.
I have friends that visit 12 times a year, and I only visit about 4 times a year. And that's perfect amount for me.
Yes.
It's a perfect situation for me. But I have friends that have, their birth children are older now, and they come over for sleepovers, or, there's all kinds of situations now. It's just totally modernized, so it's not uncommon for my situation to happen.
It's not like the old days where they just sever everything.
No, yeah, and that wasn't a good way to do it, and so
it's tough on
it was really harmful for the adoptee and for the birth mother, and just for everyone involved. And secrecy is never really promoted. It's not supported, at least by any good agencies out there. It should never be supported.
Because in the old days, when the parents adoptive parents would tell the child at the age of 14 or something, "Oh, we adopted you," that is a shock.
Yeah.
So rather than what we used to do way back then, your way is better, isn't it? It's a lot better
Yeah,
emotion.
I believe it is. And a lot of people, a lot of professionals out there in the adoption world believe it too. They see a lot of adoptees that have suffered either from not knowing they're adopted or not knowing who their birth parents
Yeah.
are, or
Other
a lot of
files.
secrets that have been kept in.
Yeah, their files
It's
are,
best for the child, and you want to always do what's best for the child.
that's true. And for the mother, the natural mother, unless she doesn't want to see the child. But I
Yeah,
know,
and every mother, you know, it just depends on what level of trauma and hurt has really been has really happened in that adoption. Women always love their child. There's not a woman alive that placed their child because she didn't love them or didn't want them. They're always wanted. It's just not the ideal situation. So.
well, in case of rape or anything like that, how do you counsel?
I do not, personally. But in case of rape, I mean, when we do have both kind of cases,
Yeah.
but every woman is entitled to counseling after they place.
Oh, that's
And,
good.
and during placement as well. There's all kinds of, and those pregnancy resource centers are great with that. Most of them offer free counseling, especially for those situations, and they have trained professionals at their offices that are trained to deal with those type of situations and counsel those women.
I was going to ask, how'd you feel when you placed him with the adoptive parents? Did you feel like you wanted to keep him?
I mean, I definitely wanted to parent. That was, number one in my mind. But I also felt like that wasn't the choice. That was for me and him. And I felt like God was placing this on my heart, that I was supposed to give this child a mother and a father.
Yes.
And since his father was not around, he had left the state, and I didn't know where he was. We had lost contact completely, and I just really felt like this child was meant to be with this family, and I knew that they would not, leave me behind, that I would still be a part of his life in one way or another. So I felt as confident as I could be. It was a very hard decision, and it was very excruciating to hand my child over to another mother, but it was, it's not something that I regret. It's something that I feel has changed my life in such a positive way.
How did it change your
And
life?
his life, too.
Oh, yeah? How did it change your life then?
Having a child in any circumstance, I think it allows you to feel love on such a deeper and different level.
Yeah.
And I've never felt love like that in my entire life. I had really strayed from my faith before getting pregnant, and I wasn't even really a Christian. I just kind of had fallen from it and really thought my plan was best and my way was best. And I thought with the whole situation with the abortion and the pregnancy, and just really seeing that I, as a woman, am able to overcome so much because God has allowed me to, and it has changed my whole perspective on life and given me a new real purpose to live and breathe and love. So I'm just an overall happier person. I'm an overall
More content?
more kind and loving person.
Aw. We love you for that,
Mm-hmm.
You have started a post or a blog or
Yep.
what did you start?
It's a blog. It's
Yeah.
called From Another Mother.
From another mother? Aw.
Yep, and it's for birth moms. It's a blog, and it's a source of of resources and of support and a community, a network for women like me who have placed. And we have, 8 or 9 representatives in other states now. They're all birth moms who want to support other birth moms. I've made so many awesome contacts and friends, like real, genuine friends from this. Women write their stories, and I publish them on the site. And we all kind of are honest and open about what we're feeling, so that when other women find our blog, that they don't feel alone.
That's what you're doing is heaven sent. You're a very blessed woman, my dear.
Thank you. I agree.
I was going to say, when you said that during their abortion, they're trying to do it with you being closed like that and not being able to get your little boy. I think God is saying, no, you don't.
Yep.
That was God's work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, is the boy walking?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's running.
Oh, is he into everything?
Yeah. He's running, like he's all over the place. He's very energetic. He's a sweet boy too, like very
Just like his mom.
Which is all a mother ever wants.
Yeah. Just like his mom. You are an advocate, an adoption advocate. What?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have people coming in to talk to you, or?
I work at an agency, an adoption support center, as an adoption agency, and so I do education throughout the state. I train different hospitals and nurses and pregnancy centers, and really anybody that would come in contact with a woman in a crisis pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I train them on how to even bring up adoption to these women, and how to talk to them and support them through their plan and after their plan.
Do you support them? How long are you with them?
What do you mean?
Well, how long is like from another mother? I was just wondering, are you helping the mothers who send you their posts for your blog? Do you stay with them during the pregnancy and afterwards, or?
Well, for From Another Mother, it's really just, we kind of just do some storytelling with women, and so because women read our blog and relate to it, and then we also post when support groups are happening around the country. I lead an Indianapolis support group here for birth moms. It's every other month, and it's a night where they can all come and kind of, we have a meal together, we have pizza, and we talk about everything, we learn something. And so those support groups are popping up all over the country now, and that's awesome. We just want to keep seeing that. As far as the agency goes, we support women afterwards. We have adoption coordinators, which is what I do, and we meet with women after their pregnancy as well as during their pregnancy. So we're supporting them through just having a relationship with them and supporting them and advocating for them in their adoption relationship, because after you place it, the open adoption relationship, it's so different for everybody, and it can't be defined by one, definition. So we help them and we support them through that and afterwards, and help them keep on the right track. And we have women that we're still in contact with, 18 years later.
Wow.
Because they need us and we need them. We love them, and we support them, and we admire them for their choice.
How many people work for you, the support group that you're with?
For Adoption Support Center, we have 9 people at this office.
So it's Adoption Support Center in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Are you all over the nation? Like I said,
No, we are just in Indiana, and we only place with Indiana families.
Are you going to be working
we-
with? Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry?
Are you be working with Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Yeah. Yep, we do. We do all cities in Indiana. We have families there. We have birth moms there. Yep.
Do you work with any other agency here, like a Hope Center or a Mother's
No,
Hope?
because we're our own agency.
Oh, okay. So how do people get to know who you are and recommend you to them? How is it word
Well,
of?
we are we've been open for 30 years, 31 years, and so we've kind of had 31 years to like establish a reputation in the state, and we get all of our families usually from word of mouth. So if a family is adopted through us before and they recommend it to friends or they find us online, they find us, I mean, anywhere and really, and it's just so easy now with, you know, the internet to find what you're looking for and if you read reviews and so the birth moms, they find us through, you know, their doctor or their pregnancy center, or they find us online as well.
Do you have YouTube of your meetings or touring? Do you tour
For what?
for speak? You're a speaker.
Oh, yeah. I do some speaking in the state and a little bit out of state. I haven't really done a ton of speaking. I spoke on a panel. That was the first time I ever spoke, was on a panel in Orlando, Florida last June. And then Kathy Humbarger of Allen County Right to Life has really helped me get some more speaking engagements and get my story out there, which I'm forever grateful to her for that. But
You went
I
to
don't
March for
kind of
Life.
speaking.
March for Life?
March for Life, yeah, in Fort Wayne I did that as well, and I have a couple events coming up in the spring. So it kind of just, it builds slowly over time, and I'm always willing to do speaking engagements. I think it's a great way to get my story out there and kind of touch people's hearts in a way that they just, you know, and tell a story that they haven't heard before.
How about branching out to other states, having, adoption support group go to other states instead of just Indiana? Are you planning
well,
on?
I do. So that I do that more with my blog, and that's separate from the agency. And then I have good connections with women who have their own companies and platforms based on support. There's a company called Lifetime Healing, and that is in Utah, and they do support groups, and they train agencies and such to do support groups all over the country. I attended the very first support group for birth moms in Los Angeles last October, and that was with her and another agency out there that I have good contact with. And so there are women, there are other people doing the same type of work out in their area, which is awesome too, and it's great to get to know really, you know, women and their stories as well, and then we kind of put our heads together and how can we, you know, get support to every state, because that's the goal. So.
Yeah, because that is like a vine, like Jesus,
Yep.
and the branches. You're God's instrument, and you're our branches spreading out. What would you like to say to my audience, especially the mothers, of course, and the fathers, who are, I forgot, parents? Can the mother place a child, and if the father doesn't want this to happen, or does he have to not be in the picture, or how does this happen if she can't raise him and there's a man involved who is still there?
It's kind of different for every situation, but in Indiana, and there's no federal adoption laws. It's all by state. So what I am going to tell you is only for Indiana, and I don't know about the other states. Everybody's different. But we have some really great adoption laws in Indiana, and we're very fortunate for that. But the mother can place, and then the father has 30 days after the birth to register on the adoptive or on the birth father registry,
Yeah.
or the putative father registry, as it's called, actually.
Right.
And so, if he registers, that doesn't always mean that he wants to contest the adoption, but it may just be a signal of, I just want to be found when my child is ready to
No.
know who I am, or the like. And so, but a lot of times it does mean that he wants to contest the adoption, and he can do so, but then he has to retain an attorney and file a petition. And the burden of proof is really on him. He has to prove he's the father. He has to make all the moves. And so sometimes they start the process to contest the adoption, and typically they don't finish it, but sometimes they do, and it's rare, but it happens that they can contest, and sometimes they can win the contested adoption. It depends.
It depends on the
very
mom
common.
and the father, who's more, who can take care of the baby more, or give the baby, place the baby to another family.
No, and if the father were to win the contested adoption, the baby would not go to the father. The baby would go back to the birth mother.
Oh, okay. Thank you, because I was
Yeah.
a little bit confused. So how would you like to encourage my audience, saying that they are not alone and there is help
Yeah.
out?
Well, I think that as long as we're keeping a high standard of ethics in the adoption community, and keep challenging ourselves to help these women in their time of need, as well as supporting them afterwards, and seeing to it that they get the help that they need. So, we're doing them a good service, and we're doing the right thing for them. And I think for women who are facing a unplanned pregnancy, and they're scared, and they're maybe abortion minded, they should always think that it's never the end of the world. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel, and there's always and when they do reach that point where they have chosen adoption, or maybe they've chosen parenting, or what have you, there's women just like them, and they're never alone, and there's support. And we hope that it's more recognizable in the next 5-10 years, and it's not so hard to find.
And with the younger kids going to the March for Life, especially in Washington, D.C., my goodness, there's a lot of young marchers, and you can reach out to them because you're about the same age as they are,
Yep.
And we're changing our attitude, hopefully, with the president and all that sort. And I'm very pleased that I had you on my show, my dear. You're a very lovely young lady, and we love you very much, and you're blessed.
Thank you. Thank you.
And do what you do. Continue doing what you're doing, because you're doing God's work, and I'm happy. I really am.
Thank you so much.
Well, I have to say goodbye to you. It's going on a half hour towards the end. So thank you, Kelsey Vander Vliet. Okay, I couldn't say that. Anyways, and God bless, and hope to keep in touch with you, my dear.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And this is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page saying, have a great day and see you next week. And that was a very, very, very enlightening conversation we had with Kelsey. So see you next week, and God bless.
Godspeed.